Updated general chillers for the month of May 2025 for the game King God Castle. You guys know the drill. SABCD. If you guys are new here, this is a monthly list that I update every month, accounting for all the modes generally and how it fits into the meta and what you can bring to the table, who's trash, who's not. You guys know the drill. Now for this list, I'm actually going to approach it a little differently. So it's going to be a fun time. For some context, right now the latest patch is Joel Legacy, and then the beta test right now is for Hela. Hela is getting a rework. Obviously, we don't know the rework yet as of the recording of this video. If you guys are watching this in the future, then of course it is out. But I'm not accounting for the rework and things like that. But I'm gonna throw in a bone or two for Hela's potential for her legacy. So let's just get into it. There's a lot of freaking heroes now, and D tier. I'm gonna throw in Moors. Moors is becoming Moors is like an identity crisis, but there's somebody else that I said identity crisis. Who did I give that title to? But anyway, it's probably gonna pop in my mind. But he is the new identity crisis. It's kind of like, why do you exist, right? Like if you want to play him, he's meant to be a carry, but he kind of sucks as a carry. And then his legacy, his unique legacy, is actually better than the hero itself. And it's just one of those things where like, why am I using you, right? So like he fills in this like weird niche where you put his unique legacy on him and you use him as like a one-off support character kind of, and then to proc the execute, right? But he's not the one doing the damage. You're just like putting him as a pocket pick to proc the execute. But like right now in the meta is not good. It's not good at all. So like I have no clue. He's useless. Freaking useless. Next one on the list is going to be Legacy Hero Behemoth. You don't see him around anymore. Needs changes. I'm not going to gloss over it, and rehash it all the time. You guys can see my feelings on, what in my previous tier list videos. Hasn't changed, boys. Hasn't freaking changed. Next one, Ophelia. Ophelia got reworked and had got the Canak treatment and everything. Sucks. Doesn't fit the game right now. Needs changes. Alberon, Legacy Hero. Garbage. Kit sucks. Provide heals, overheal. Sure, it's niche, right? Like there is some usage, but with all the other crap in the game right now, he is lacking, bro. Like comparatively speaking, he is lacking in his kit overall. Like, yeah, sure, you can pair him with Bardry and then put a bunch of staffs with him. And, back in the day when Tower Trials was actually like a fun competitive mode and there's some cool wacky stuff you could do, with Tayson shields and all this stuff. But it's so niche, but like everyone's kit now, like the toppity top, is just crazy. Unless they released his legacy and he's god tier, right? Turns him into a DPS healer, like broken, like can't kill him. It's his legacy doesn't scale with overtime anymore, so he could just be a god. Like in that case, S tier, right? But as of right now, he is so basic. I mean, yes, okay, caveat, I always have to say this, like every freaking video, all because every hero in this game can work in some way, shape, or form. They even could appear as a flex slot in a top meta team. It's King God Castle, okay? That if you can't delineate that, then eventually you'll kind of get it. But it's just saying that this hero is not providing a lot of stuff right now in the current meta. Next one is Pharrell. Pharrell clipped his legs. Sure, he's a courage user, but that's like literally the only thing that's got going from him, even with the courage legacy. Too slow. His arcane cadence, way too freaking slow. His issues kind of feel like Hela issues. Like it's almost same in that vein. And his damage is too slow. Like they need to speed his anims and revert his spell power nerfs. And yeah, I mean, he is a weird courage one, because usually when you're a courage user, you're pretty much like B plus, right? It doesn't even matter. He's just straight garbage, right? So that is Pharrell. Now that is D tier actually. So C tier is gonna be Kayn. Kayn only really used for item farm. Now C tier, I place these kind of heroes in like you are used. You can be used as like a flex slot at least. You have like a purpose, right? Like if I have a flex slot or something on my team, I'm like, I will consider you, right? And that is C tier. Not quite like, I don't know what to do with your kit. Now, Behemoth, with me speaking like that, I mean, Behemoth could be C, but it's just that maybe it's because of my perspective of in the past of how good he is, right? And now he's just dog, right? So, I'll give you D plus, okay, boys. He does have some utility, all right. So like I'm accounting for utility. I'm counting for like freaking damage and all that, right? What you bring to the table, of course. So Kane, his thing is that he can farm items, okay. That's pretty much all you use him for. He used to do DPS stuff, but you just use him for item farming nowadays. Now I'm actually gonna move Evan up to C because of Joel's legacy. Actually pretty cool, and Joel's legacy is very interesting. I mean, it's not like crazy broken or anything like that, but it actually enables Evan, and it's because Joel's legacy has a unique proccing activation, right? And only a few heroes can actually proc it, so it really works well with Evan, and obviously it works with Joel. It works way better on Evan, in my opinion. So yeah, because of that, he's C. But I mean, that's just like, I'll give him like C negative, C minus, right? So that's Evan. Next one, Joel. I'll give Joel like C plus maybe. Some like the only thing you see him in is when Grand Arena buff favors him in Arena. That's it. And even then, you do not use his unique legacy. He's a courage hero. You use freaking the courage Mel's unique legacy, right? And speaking of Mel's courage legacy, I'm going to put Nabella up here. I mean, that's that's pretty much all why she's at C, all right? Courage. Actually, Nabella has a place in Arena too, but I mean, Joel, you see Joel mainly in Arena. You see Nabella mainly in Arena as well. I'm going to put Ren in C as well. Ooh, that kind of hurts. I might put C minus. I'll do C minus. All right, boys. I don't do in between tiers, but I'll just, I verbally say it. So Ren, C minus, pure damage, no utility. She's alright. Way better picks. Saras, I'll give him like maybe C plus. There's potential with the central relic, and he's okay. Just bring me back on release Saras, please. I would love to see them just say screw it. Give the boy back all his 4 clones, and you can block people out. Man, that was some fun time. This is a very fun hero, and they're just like, we're just gonna nerf him to the ground, and he's okay, right? He's okay. There's some potential with the central legacy, the central the central relic as well. So it is what it is. I'm actually gonna put Jupiter in C because of Hela's awakening or Hela's legacy. She is fine, right? Is it going to break it? I don't know. We'll see. But I think because of Hela's legacy, it bumps her potentiality up, right? So I'll give her C. And obviously, everyone uses a Mackle raid on her. She's the fastest proc in one, etc., right? So there's that too. So she has a usage with some future promise. So I'll give her C. Next one's gonna be Mayu. He's boring, but he deceptively does a lot of damage. Obviously, his unique legacy is very specific. Very troll things you could do with that one. And you mainly only see him in Arena, like TP, very niche, but even so, even if it favors him, there's gonna be better picks out there. So where he shines is Arena, and then even in Arena, he's not that great. So I'll give him C, right? But his power ceiling is way higher than these dudes down here, right? So there's actually like some usages and whatnot, and interesting things you can do with his awakening abilities as well. Next one's gonna be Mercil. You mainly only use for power boosting, and you can actually, not many people do this, I do this sometimes, You actually put a Covenant set on her, and then you put Neath's Unique Legacy on her. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool stuff. But you mainly only use level her damage boosting capabilities. Daniel, they buffed him, and I think he's in a good spot. He is the epitome starter C space tank, you know what I mean? And he can actually be pretty unkillable. I think Daniel C is made for him, right? He's not meant to be an S. Not everyone needs to be an S. I think he is in a really good spot. So there's that. And then next one, Zhao Bai. This is one of the heroes that a lot of new players get gravitates. Like, oh man, this guy's awesome, and I'm gonna put all my crap in him. Zhao Bai Lightning God, and then you kind of play, and then you're just like, okay, I can't pass this chapter. What can I do? I'm like, oh, I put everything in Zhao Bai. Oh, well, you should do something else, right? And everyone kind of goes through that, right? I mean, yeah, as you should. When you play the game, you do want to have fun. You do want to pick that character that you attach with and you really like, and that's how you keep on playing the game, right? And Zhao Bai is unfortunately one of those ones that he was OP like way back in the day, and then got nerfed, and then it got worse, and then everything else got, blah blah blah. He's just glass cannon, and they need to give him something else and bump him up. Next one's gonna be Inwrath. Now Inwrath, I'll give him C minus. He's definitely been falling off a lot, even in Arena. Arena is a totally different game. He used to be a round one Arena, god, similar like Mara and things like that, but how you play Arena, how you form your teams in Arena now is a little different nowadays. So his value has definitely dropped up. I might even say he's D. Hold on, let me think about it. Let me think. He has more usages. He has more usages than the Moors. Okay. That's how I'm justifying it. C minus is what I'll give him, right? So yeah, scales off of no items, but you only really see him in, you can do some wacky stuff in raid, I guess. You only really see this guy in Arena, but even in Arena, it's he's okay. The only thing is jumping in the back line, shredding mighty blocks kind of thing, right? But there's Leica and all that. You know what? I'm gonna put him in freaking D. I convinced myself. He sucks. All right, he sucks. Next one's gonna be Agath. Agath actually a function. She's just meat shield, but team wide. Very good meat shield. Next one's gonna be Yan. Yan is decently. She does she's C minus for me. She does damage and sure healing. Healing's not that great right now. And for DPS, I much prefer Yan than anything of this D tier crap. So I had to shove her in C minus. Okay, C minus, boys. Well, one of the older heroes, it needs a little something to something else, but I definitely prefer it over D. And that is it for C tier. All right, now B tier. This is gonna be middle of the road, kind of higher end kind of thing, right? So it's gonna be Bomby now with the newest set, the accessory set, the Moonlight one with the invis and all that. Range heroes. You can even put right now. You don't even have to be a range hero. You literally just put it on your entire team. There's some interesting pathing and strats you can do, especially with TP and things like that. That is very oppressive, and it's good for the game. I think it's good for the game. Something, depending on who you talk to, they might think it's freaking cancer, but it's pretty oppressive if you don't deal with it. But because of this new set, directly to range heroes, they are pretty freaking good. Especially, range heroes kind of have this idea of they have to ramp up, right? So Bomby is one of those, right? Getting that bomb and things like that. So he's actually pretty good. right now. The next one is going to be Kathy. Kathy is a slinger. You don't really see her too much, but she has usages and can shred a lot. And if you have like execute on her, she can kind of like, you mainly see her only in like arena, okay? Okay, boys, Bommy, you mainly see him in arena. I mean, of course, like Great Rift and whatnot, right? But I mean, Great Rift isn't going to like hold that much pull into my list because you can use anything in Great Rift, but you mainly see Bomby in arena. You mainly see Kathy in arena as well. Next one, I'm gonna actually put Draco for you Draco lovers. You guys who are like drinking the Draco flame, the Kool-Aid, right? You're like, nah, Draco's like S tier. I mean, bro, like Draco is so trash, bro. Like, why? Like, I mean, sure, you can like put him in arena. I mean, if it favors Draco, I can see it, but I mean, if you're pre-king, sure, right? Like, I'm not in arena. I'm not accounting for pre-king. All right, this is 2,000 plus when you're actually in grand arena, boys. All right, or like God, like upper God, right? King God. You're not going to be seeing freaking Draco. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to see Draco. And then, of course, I'm actually going to wait Invasion because a lot of new players, and this is kind of like going into my new approach to this list, a lot of new players value Invasion mode as the end-all be-all, which is, it's pretty much the story mode. There's not like a dedicated story mode. Invasion is their progression, their progression like test, right? Like, their ranking, their progression is tied to Invasion. How far you are Invasion is how far you are as a player in your development, right? In your growth, which is fair. So Draco appears on this kind of list now where Draco can do a lot of them, right? So, and it's kind of like, oh, Draco is like S tier, dog. I mean, there are way more heroes that I way prefer that can clear Invasion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're getting wrecked in arena for like at Plat 2 or something, and Draco is just spitting on their face, and their positioning and what they're playing and whatever, they're getting destroyed. Draco everywhere, right? So I get it. So B tier, I'll give you B tier. All right, middle of the road, I'll give you B tier. I won't put him in D. If it was up to me, I'd be putting him in like D plus. All right, boys. All right, but B tier, Draco goes. Next one is gonna be Kadam. There's some unique things you could do with Kadam. Obviously, evasion. It's just she's not as great anymore. She's good. All right, don't get me wrong. She's still good. Just not super OP when she was like released and all that. So the main thing that really hit her is that her evasion actually scales in overtime now. So if you bring her to overtime, she's eventually going to have 0 evasion and you're just going to kill her, right? So you just need to delay her, right? Or whatever. So there are some cool things you can do with Kadam. She's a good flex slot to give evasion to your main hero, and she's a very good counter for against range heroes as well, like the Moonlight Hanzis, for example, and stuff like that. So there are some usages. So B, she goes. Next one, Hedang, Freeze Man, right? Freeze Man. You mainly see him in arena. You put Moonlight on him with your Moonlight team, and he gets a free freeze off, and it's very annoying. And to my knowledge, he's never been nerfed, touched, or anything, and he's been oppressive for years. So Hedang. Next one is gonna be Eevee. Eevee, the lesser used one for her OP legacy, Mirna, right? She's still pretty good. She's not as good as, the other one that uses Mirna, and that's because her cast time and how her damage dishes out is not as fast. And I do see a world where they nerf that hero that I'm talking about that uses her legacy better, that they nerf that interaction to where it's not as good, or it doesn't even interact with that hero at all, And Eevee's the only one that can actually replicate that original effect. In that case, Eevee shoots up the S tier and the other hero shoots down the D tier, right? So that's where we're at right now. And since that other hero is better with her unique legacy, with her herself, she's like, right? So B tier she goes. Next one, Círdan. Círdan clipped his wings. You usually don't ever see him as a DPS hero anymore. You use him for Mighty Block Shred in Arena, and that's pretty much what his role has been delegated to. You put a Myrrh on him, he with his Awakening 2, and you shred Mighty Blocks, and that's what his usage is now. Next one's gonna be Leo. Leo is the epitome B tier ultimate tank starter hero. Innate Reflect is and he's Courage, by the way. Courage legacy, Innate Reflect. You don't need to invest in Giant Altar or anything like that. Where he shines, though, is mostly in Arena, where you put him in the front line. He is a Courage hero, right? So Courage legacy, he can revive. He has Innate Reflect, so all the Mighty Blocks are gone, right? A lot of people love Mighty Blocks. Mighty Blocks are very good, and you put him in the front line, and he naturally shreds them when they attack him. And also, his ability isn't great, but provides a stun. So he is like B+ in my opinion. Leo, my boy. Next one, Rai. Rai is decent. Use her for dolls and stacking Void. And then next one's gonna be Shelda. Shelda is a pretty good starter tank, and a lot of new players gravitate towards Shelda as a beginning tank, so she generates her Mighty Blocks innately and things like that when you awaken her, so she's pretty solid. And she's middle of the road, you can do some fun stuff with her. I'll give her like a middle of the road usage. Next one's gonna be Victoria, and you're like, whoa, nah, you're gonna put Victoria in V? Yes, I am. Victoria, Victoria do Victoria things, but I think now with all the other crap that's in the game, she's getting outshined a bit right now. So it's very interesting to say maybe B+. I'll give you B+, right? Mainly damage. You can use your invasion and whatnot and do all that Blacksmith, Great Rift, and you can still do the Arena stuff. It's not as good in Grand Arena, but I mean you can still try it and things like that. So she still has some usages for sure. Next one, I'm gonna put Priya in here. Another one that's very fan favorite. Does a lot of damage when you pump her with spell power and things like that. The freaking freeze, and both of her awakenings actually pretty good too. And this is for you guys. This is in the middle of the. I mean, I think I've put her in B before, but I've kind of resituated the tier list a bit. So you will see. She's on the middle high end, right? Like I said, B is like middle, decent in the high end, right? So she's there. She's next to, she's next to Victoria. That's pretty good, right? And a lot of new heroes actually gravitate towards her at the beginning, and then they get Serang and things like that, and they go to town. So I'll give you that. Then next one's gonna be Mara. Mara, stun, a clone, void stacker, generates her own Mighty Block, very used a lot in Strife and a lot of things as a utility support hero, like a flex slot, right? So there's that. You never really see her as a DPS. She's either utility, right? She's a flex slot utility, stacking void or just kind of impeding freaking pathing or doing a round one hero or whatever. She's still pretty good at round one. The next one's gonna be Rahawk, the double bird damage buff and the attack speed slow. Very good utility. You only really see him as utility usages nowadays. Next one's gonna be Rosette. Rosette mainly only really used for damage boosting as well. You can use her as like a frontline tank kind of, but I mean you only really use her. She dies way too quick, but you can do like some fun troll dunk builds and all that. So there's that. Next one's gonna be Zhao Yun, attack speed man, actually one of my favorite heroes of the game. Please rework this guy. Sure, you can do like some raid stuff with him, and he's present scaling, but he has a huge problem with FPS cap and all this crap. So I'm hoping that they reimagine him to where it isn't so reliable on FPS and all that. Like, please, like release the man, right? Like make him a real boy. There's just too much stuff holding him back, right? Too much stuff holding him back, but he is percent scaling, and I think this kit's a little too straightforward. And just remake the boy. Next one's gonna be Taybeck. I actually moved Taybeck up. Courage, taunt, pathing, annoying, mainly arena. Enough said. That's all I gotta say. Next one is gonna be Lily. Lily, hero lock character, solid tank. You don't actually see her around that often, actually. You can use her in arena, but it's just that right now in the current state of King God Castle, there are so many heroes now, and there are only 6 spots on your team. So you really, like, the value that you give as a hero has to matter. Like, there's not enough room for all these heroes to put on your team now. And because, like, hey, like, this slot needs to be a hero. Or like, hey, this slot needs to be my main carry. Okay. This slot has to be a link hero. Okay. This slot has to be this hero because, like, I need it. And then this here, and then you kind of go down and you're like, okay, how many flex slot here? Okay, then of the flex slot heroes that can buff my team, which one is better, right? And we're running into an issue right now where it's so saturated, right? So Lily used to be that, like, pretty good choice, mainly used in arena. Not, I mean, obviously hero lock and evasion, right? But other than that, you see her in arena because of the mounting, remounting thing, right? And also she stuns some AoE stun Conal, right? In front of her at the beginning of the round, so it's useful, right? But not as great as it used to be. Next one's gonna be Hela. Now the Hela remake hasn't been out yet, but I will put her in B. We don't know what her kit's gonna look like, but with her legacy is actually pretty crazy. It's actually pretty crazy. And we will see where that lands when her rework comes up. But potentially she could be cracked. Potentially, right? So I think I'm confident enough to be a B. And it's like a we'll see, right? We'll see. But as of right now, I think she has some pretty good promise. Her legacy is actually some pretty unhinged stuff, all right? So we will see where that goes when it first releases, because, you know, like from the beta to release, they always like adjust numbers and things like that. So we'll see where it goes. Next one's gonna be Gidnil, Spell Shield. That's all you're using for, Spell Shield. You see that less around nowadays. The value of Spell Shield is definitely a little lower because Mighty Block exists, because it's so easy to get Mighty Blocks now. But Spell Shield there's some usages to it. Pretty valuable. But it's only used, you know, obviously Awaken and things like pre-Awakening. He's like F tier, okay? Freaking Taybeck and Gidnil, pre-Awakening, F tier. It's just one of those heroes, right? So Spell Shield, that's all you use it for. Estia, a lot of utility, interesting mechanic, gives people pushback and things like that CC, right? Is very crazy effects that she can actually give to your team. So you don't really nearly see her as much. The utility is there, and it's very strong. As, like, if you really want to, there's so many flex picks now that you can put on your team that she gets overshadowed, but she's still really good. Next one's gonna be Danny, you know, attacks be slow. You have the unique, like, health thing, right? And then you have the damage boosting capability. There's a lot of stuff in her kit. Obviously you can, like, reach that unkillable state. Very annoying frontline in arena as well. You only really see her in arena. There's a lot of things you can get around her. But she's still a solid frontline. So I will give her a B tier. Next one's gonna be Baldir. Yes, Baldir's in B tier. Magical armor. You don't use the deer form. I'll give him like B minus. All right. But with magical armor bear form, pretty legit. It's pretty legit stuff. And he's a solid tank. You only use him for a tank, okay, boys? Only use him a tank. And they do need to adjust him for sure. Oh, this is the identity crisis, man. See, I told you it'll come back to me. Don't use deer form. They need to buff that. They need to really buff that, bro. And that is it for B tier. Now, A tier. Now, A tier is going to be the quote-unquote OP heroes, okay, boys? And this is going to be part of my new approach, all right? And it's because so in my previous, a lot of new players simply just pick ass and like level them all up, right? Which obviously if you play King God Castle, that's probably not a good idea. So I'm going to put all the OP heroes, quote-unquote OP, in A. All right, boys? So, meaning, it's going to be Neria. Neria is a very good pick, right? One-shot builds, right? Invasion, cool. And we're in an interesting spot right now because I'm heavily adjusting for invasion because a lot of new players in the scene, they weight some heroes way higher than they should just because of invasion. Now, I get it. Invasion is how you make the gold, how you progress, and things like that. Sure, okay, I get it. So, because of that, this is like my new approach. All right, boys? I'm going to put Armis up here. Myrna Armis. It's freaking everywhere. I do see this guy getting nerfed and getting like just Myrna does not work on him at all, right? They're gonna nerf the Myrna legacy itself to not be applied to heroes like Armis. I'm gonna say it right now. It's gonna happen, and he's gonna go all the way back down to D tier, and then Eevee is gonna go all the way to S tier, right? So that's what I foresee. But right now, they have not touched it, bro. They have not touched it. Next one's gonna be Isaac. Very, very good flex hero. Very good for if you're dealing spell damage and you want to boost it. Obviously, unique legacy and all that. I'm considering all that as well. She's very good, very staple right now. Next one, Belina, another hero. You know, I'm gonna put this freaking hero at the front. Okay, Belina, another hero that newer players foresee as double S tier. And it's because that you don't actually need a team of full heroes to really like be like really successful. You just need Belina, right? Because Belina scales on teammates, right? So you can actually just put a Belina in and then all of a sudden your team is OP. So Belina, A tier. Next one, I'm gonna put who I'm gonna put? I'm gonna put Birctreel. Birctreel, AoE, mana, OG, mana battery, give mana, right? I mean, no one, just her Awakening 2 or whatever. But I mean, just mana battery, syncing with Lunaire and all that, whatever, very staple. Okay, here a lot, cool. Next one, I'm gonna be putting. Let me see. I'm gonna be putting Birctreel up here. Another hero, you know what? I'm gonna adjust this as I talk. And then another flex slot hero that a lot of people have on their team. He buffs attack damage, spell power, gives mighty block, and freaking mana battery, and all this. Like his unique legacy, like it's just crazy, right? It's freaking crazy. So like right now, it's Patros is not on your team. I don't know what you're doing. He's also is he a hero lock character? I don't freaking remember. But I mean. Right now, Patros, Isaac on your team. I mean, if you're using spell power or whatever, but it's already 2 slots on your team that's taken up, right? So and then you have your linker. Like there's not a lot of slots on your team left, right? Because we have so many OP crap in the game now, right? So Patros is one of those utility heroes. Just it's super solid, very good. Next one is gonna be I'm gonna be putting Hanzi, very, very, very good right now. The latest chapter, she destroys it. Moonlight, right? Very impressive right now in the arena with Moonlight as well, because it's a ramping type of thing, right? And very, very good. Very, very good. Another hero that benefited a lot from Moonlight, Tia. Tia was very strong. I mean, obviously, Tia, you mainly see her in arena, okay? And she was really good before Moonlight. Now with Moonlight out and all the stuff that you can do with it, she's even better, and it's crazy, right? So there's Tia. Next one, I'm gonna put Tayson. So Tayson, hybrid, tank, damage, AoE stun, scales off of protection. What can I say? Next one is gonna be, I'm gonna put Leica. He is so good. He's probably the best rework in the game. Probably one of the best unique legacies in the game as well. There's some, you can put that unique legacy on Kadam, for example. Very cool stuff you can do. And Leica is such a good one-off. Almost necessity to have at least one Leica, like one slot of a Leica on your arena team, because he shreds armor. He shreds protection, which is unique to him. And it's amazing. It's free. He's so good. He's so good. So next one is gonna be, I'm gonna put wait, did I forget? No. I forgot Elizabeth is gonna be B. Man, you guys thought I'm gonna put freaking Elizabeth in A. I'm gonna put Elizabeth here. I was looking at the list and I was like, wait a second, hold up a minute. Elizabeth, let me address Elizabeth. She's Void Stacker. There's some pathing you can do with her, and she takes up a lot of space, and there's some cool like blockage and stuff like that what you can do with her. And she's a Murray user as well. Very, very good tank. There it is, Void Stacker, right? Then okay, A tier. Next one, I'm gonna put Kanak. So Kanak, he's the new Evan. Goes through most of the invasion. What can I say? Yeah, depending on who you ask, Kanak is like triple S tier to them. Okay, this is for you guys. Okay, and I see it. Okay, I see why. All right, and I'll give it to you. Kanak A tier, but depending on who you ask, he might be triple S tier to some. Okay, boys, just know that. But you pretty much, he's the new Evan. You can do most of invasion, and that's why a lot of people like him, right? He's kind of an all-rounder type of thing. But he can't do like the arena and all this other crap, right? But invasion mode though, he's the go-to for everything, right? So that's why he's an A tier. I'm gonna put him in that. And then next one, I'm gonna be putting Niath. I'm gonna put over, you know what, I'll shove it over here. These are the three like really used flex lot heroes, right? Utility with Niath's unique legacy provides a lot of beneficial stuff for the final damage boosting and very interesting targeting and things like that. So very good. Next one, I'm gonna be putting the other sister up here, Athena. I'm a freaking Athena fan, bro. There's a lot of cool. She still needs to get buffed, but I'm thinking with the third sister coming out eventually, it might be the next one. I don't know. The newest hero is supposed to be coming out very soon. The next one, I would not be surprised it being another sister, but I'm going to assume with the new sister coming out, if you have all three of them on the team, it will. I think it's going to be like triple S tier, bro. I'm hoping so. I mean, of course, a lot of people don't hope so, but I'm hoping so because I love Athena and Niath so freaking much. This is my character right now. I use her in arena and all this. Like, I'm the only dude freaking using this chick. Please buff her, like, make her better. There is a lot of cool usages with her that not a lot of people are kind of like exploring. But very interesting hero, and I am very looking forward to seeing what the third sister enables her to do, right? Or I guess Niath, right? Because like Niath enables Athena, and then the new hero is going to be based on Athena being on the field, right? And then the new hero will be triggering whatever for Niath's second awakening is. That's thinking about it. Next one, looking at down here, is gonna be, I'm gonna be putting Mel, percent scaling, solid, pretty much everyone's new player, first introduction to scaling kind of heroes, like they find out about Mel, and then they like find out about stacking lunaires, and they're like, oh, Mel is sick, and stuff like that. So Mel, very good, but she's very glass cannony, and you're not going to be using her for invasion and stuff like that for sure. So there's that. Jinju, A tier, courage hero. I mean, you see her everywhere in the arena for very good reason. I mean, you could probably do freaking invasion with her too, but probably not as great. But courage legacy does so much freaking damage. I mean, she's just pumping it out, and she's just very good, right? Very good. And then next one, I'm gonna put Chang'e. You know what? I'm gonna put all these three right here. I'm gonna put. Hold on. I'm gonna do this. This is another hero that is invasion focused, and everyone's like, Chang'e's triple S tier, bro. And you know, you get her from like the new player quest or whatever now, so it's kind of like easier to get and things like that. And obviously, she's always been like the popular hero. So because the same reason Sarah's is up here, Chang'e's up here, right? So there it is, boys. Chang'e and A tier. What can I say? Next one, I'm going to be putting Ian. You know what? I put Mel down here. So Ian, percent scaling. And, you know, people use them for, you know, the same reasons why you would use Mel, pretty much. AKA, like, pretty like percent scaling. You see him strife and all that. You're not going to see freaking Ian in invasion, boys. Okay, boys? You're not going to be seeing Ian in invasion mode. So there's that. Now, before I put him in S tier, and a lot of new players, they like the guts-looking big sword guy. So they invest in him all the way from the get-go, trying to do evasion with him. He's not that kind of hero, boys. So with this kind of new approach, it should be better in my opinion, to get my thoughts across. So percent scaling, very staple in a lot, you know, raid and whatnot, right? Like one shot, bam, 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 scaling lunaires, what have you, you know, percent scaling. Another percent scaling, a lot of freaking damage. Sargula, one of the best characters in the game, a lot of freaking damage. The ultimate bruiser type, very, very good, up there. Next one, Eileen. Eileen has a place, in my opinion. Has a place. Unique legacy, very good. Pumps out so much special damage, is insane. Her only issue is that pathing, because her like target range, right? She's like a melee hero. So I'd like to see that adjusted, but she's pretty up there, bro. She's pretty up there. So don't sleep on that. Now, you will see on your screen at the bottom, S tier. I have battled with the fact the only S tiers in this game truly is linked tiers. Okay, linked heroes. And I think it's the most indicative. I think it's the right play. After having thought about it for a long time, I think this is the right play, where A tier is essentially the new S tier for me, where essentially they are the cream of the crop in regardless of the mode, and they are kind of like meta picks and very good investments. B tier, they fit in comps, and there's some usages every now and then, and depending on what you're playing and things like that. C tier, you'll see maybe once in a blue moon, you want to have fun, sure, maybe some weird one-off chances. D tier, maybe you'll see them, but why, right? So yeah, I think I like this. Yeah, I think I like it. So this also helps me with the situations where a new player puts in all their resources and Mel and Ian, they're like, nah, I'm trying to do chapter XYZ. I can't do it. Well, I mean, this is not this, you know what I'm saying? So, my hope is that, you know what? For the new players, that just skipped to the end of the video, let me put the newbie characters. They're the first three. So when they skip to the end of the video, hold on, let me hold up. Let me read, you know, for the new players, because I know there are a lot of you guys out there. Hold on, they should not get these guys. Should not get him. Nope, don't know that. Nope. Armis, probably not, because Myrna, right? And then nope. Leica, no value, probably not her. Cool, definitely not. Probably you, maybe. Yeah, I like this. I like this. So when they go to the end of the video, they're gonna see the first 3 heroes in the upper tier. You know, obviously Link heroes, but they're gonna see the next ones. These 3. They were like, oh yes, I'm gonna get Chunga. Yeah. So that is my goal. All right. My goal is for someone not to skip at the end of the video and they see Ian first and they get it. They just they're all right. Cool. Ian. Right. So that is my goal. All right, that is my goal. Anyway, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? What do you disagree with? Probably everything. How would you rank it? What do you think about the new Joel Legacy? What do you think about the new Hela Legacy? Are you excited about Hela rework? The newest hero is supposed to be coming out. I think it should be the new sister, but we'll see. And then we have around the corner the new Great Rift mode that should be coming out in the next month or so. We'll see about that. Anyways, thumbs if you like this, subs if you loved it, and I'll see you next one, boys. Later.